right, so I know you don't normally see me doing this, and trust me, I'm not wanting to show you my mad hair skills because today I'm not really sure actually how to do my hair, first of all, because of the rain today, but that's not what I'm wanting to talk to you about. I'm multitasking, I'm getting ready, but I'm sitting here thinking about the lies that we listen to, about the lies that we believe about ourselves. I was just in a group chat today. Some of you may or may not know I was nominated for a Woman of Inspiration Award, an honor, right? And so I had a little session today. We were chatting, group of women of inspiration doing amazing things. But guess what? We all understand the pressures, right, of having to inspire and encourage other people and not feel like you can step back and take a break or take care of yourself. Now, I know I'm not alone in saying this, but when it comes to me and what I need, I have to break it off myself. I have to say, Vienna, it's okay to, let someone know that, hey, it's okay just to be taking a break, or, you don't always have to have it together all the time. And I'm going to ramble a little bit. And I think that the point is we're all in this world, and to think that we have it all together, no one's going to believe that, right? So why don't we just kind of take off the mask and be like, hey, I'm writing books on courage, but you know what? My courage is tested today. Or another one of the gals on the group, can't remember her name right now, but she's doing something on the fact that, okay, so someone's crying, right? You see someone crying, and they're like, it's okay to show your weakness. Why do we see crying as weakness? Why can't we say, wow, so strong of you to be able to show that? Or someone struggling with mental health and, goodness, having the courage to tell somebody, wow, you're so brave and courageous to be able to show your strength. Because courage is not about fear. It's about doing it anyway. Well, we say it, but when we have to live it out, do we really know how? And do we know how to support people? Do we know how to support people? Like the women of inspiration, do we know how to support people who are, trying to inspire? Do we know how to be there for our friends? Do we, and to all you influencers out there, it's okay to rest. And because you know what? The word that I've been given in this season, even before COVID hit, and you might have heard me say this before. Yes, hi, Brittany. You might have heard me say this before, but I think it bears repeating. And the word that I was given this season is endurance. And boy, oh boy, when COVID hit, that word endurance came back again. And after a year of being in COVID, endurance rings louder. And it's interesting, the things that you were able to tolerate pre-COVID, do you find that you're not able to tolerate as much during COVID? And so for me, this word endurance meant anything that's going to affect my endurance of joy or peace, it has to go. You have to know your boundaries, know that, you know what, my capacity is a little lower today, so I can't do X, Y, or Z. And the other thing that has been on my mind lately, and you're getting to hear a little bit about me being a little bit more vulnerable, and I think that it's good for you to just, hear different sides of how you're feeling, not just what I want to create in a nice post in my studio. And I mean, all that stuff in my studio, guys, that comes from my heart. It's what comes from my time when I meditate with the Lord, or even just the way I've been inspired in my day, or whatever it is, right? Life. You can't have a message without a mess. I don't know what they say. If you got a mess, you got a message to share. So I've had a lifetime of mess, and so I got a lifetime of message to pour out of me. But here's the thing. When people like me, I'm a pastor. Most of you know that I'm a pastor. And so when people like me in the faith or whatever say that, struggling, I'm going to need to take a break or whatever. And it's not even about taking a break, or it's just self-care. Maybe you need to pray some more. It's not about not praying enough. It's that we don't understand that taking care of ourselves means the whole body, right? And so I can't keep my endurance of joy and peace if I don't eat healthy, take care of myself regularly, because what happens internally and with my body affects my mind, right? And so I think that we're all, as a society, starting to understand that. Wouldn't you agree? So my rant today is that don't buy the lie that you're alone, that you're the only one struggling. And if you're trapped in feeling that you have to be strong for somebody, ask yourself, who's being strong for you? And are you missing out on some great support because you're afraid to let your guard down and let somebody know? And I've been more vulnerable, more real. I've written 2 books about me and my infidelity and all the demons and skeletons in my closet. And that's great. But I thought, how can I be transparent and vulnerable moving forward? And that is simple. You be vulnerable and transparent. Because nobody's going to buy. And here's the thing. We only want to show the filtered truths, right? We only want to show things that we want to show. I only want to show when my hair is all nice and curly with my makeup. I don't want to show you me curling my hair without makeup. But it doesn't matter, because I'm still VN. I still get up in the morning, and I still have to push through fears. I still have to push through insecurities. The thing is, what is the difference between somebody who appears to have it all together or courage? You see, the thing is, people see people with courage and strength and all that, and they want it, right? They want it. The thing is, we all have the same choice. We all have the same choice. And if I don't choose to let go of things, people and other things or tasks, or know my limits, if I don't let go of those things, then it's going to affect my endurance, and I'm not going to be able to continue to inspire and encourage other people like I know I'm called to do. So why is it that people like me find it hard to say, I need your help? Because here's the thing. When I was first diagnosed with transverse myelitis, the doctor said, you'll never walk again. And I had to push through and fight and say, I'm going to do this, and, being strong. It's like I've built this mentality that's how I've gotten to this point, being strong. Like I've had to push through what it looks like and feels like, and that's one thing. But when you're used to being strong for so long, in physical or in even emotionally, it's really and that's the only way you were able to survive, is to do that. When you move into healthy relationships and healthy things, because you need to have that stubbornness, right, to push through. That's one thing. But when it translates to, taking care of yourself and letting someone help you, that's another level, isn't it? It's another level. And so anyway, no, I just thought I sit here, this is me on a regular, actually. I sit here and I have these little conversations with myself about, all these life lessons. I journal a lot, and so I got lots of things written down of things that I think about and ponder, and sometimes you'll hear them on social media, other times maybe you won't, but, this weekend, before COVID, I used to do, as a part of my self-care, my spiritual self-care, and mental self-care, I would go to, and this is a shout out for the Providence Renewal Retreat Center. And it's a place here in Edmonton that it's a convent, and they have places where you can go and rent for the day. And I'm actually staying overnight for Friday and Saturday and stay until Sunday. But going away for the weekend just to unplug. And I used to do that on the regular before COVID. And then COVID hit, you got all this, you're in isolation, you can't go anywhere, and all these things, right? You can't do the normal things. And so here it is a year and a bit later, and that I've missed, and then you get caught up in how much can I encourage? How much can I, because, there's so much, but you need to take care of yourself too. So I don't know who this is for, and maybe it's just for me because I want to go on a rant, but I know that you need to take time, and as much as we need to be encouraging and influencing each other, we also need to make sure that you find ways to encourage yourself and take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're not going to make it. Somebody was asking me, Vian, how do you do it? Well, I am learning for the first time in this season what it truly means to make me a priority. Because to be honest, I'm not going to say I was one of those people who thought that if there's something off, it means I'm just not praying enough or not doing enough. That was me. But in this season, I'm realizing that we're the whole body, mind, spirit, whatever, right? And so it's not that I'm less spiritual. It's not that I'm not praying enough. It's that for the first time, I'm understanding that being fully spiritual is taking care of me too. And so, I don't know, that's for you leaders out there, for everybody looking at leaders who thinking that they have it all together. Hi, Aisha and Pink Stallion. But it's okay to say, listen, we've just been in a huge year of isolation and mental fatigue, all kinds of fatigue. And if we who are trying to stay on and encourage other people are not being able to encourage ourselves, and so back to my self-care, what's my routine? Yes, I understand that you need to pray, you need to take care of yourself, and you need a full balance. And some people don't really like it when you say Jesus is what gives me strength and that kind of thing, and he does. Because to be honest, just like me leaving out the piece of my physical health has been throwing me off balance. Hi, Aisha. Just like leaving out your physical health, or your mental health will throw you off balance. Leaving out your spiritual health will throw you off balance. And so for me, the way that I'm able to sustain and keep going is to make God, and this is a chapter in my book, make God my muster point. Because we can have friends and we can have all those things that we just mentioned that we needed are great. But for me, if I don't have a center, Christ as my center that keeps me grounded and helps me see that, the end, you need to take care of yourself. And if you don't, anyway, so now I'm ranting, but I don't know, I just thought I'd come on here and just tell us, remind us, don't buy the lie that you are alone. and start talking more. And I believe you will start talking more, you will start seeing people talk more. You know, Monica with Women of Inspiration, she's leading that charge, and she's doing some amazing things with that. And today, when I was in that group with these other women of inspiration, we all share these same challenges, that we find it really hard as influencers and inspirers or whatever. Influencers, yeah, that's a good word. We find it really hard to take what we need when we're so used to giving. So that's just my little, I'm getting ready to go out, and I'm just sitting here thinking, you know what, I just want to talk to somebody, whoever's out there wanting to hear this, and I just wanted to share that. Don't buy the lie that you are alone in feeling overwhelmed. Because there's a lot to be overwhelmed about, and it's okay. Don't buy the lie that it's not okay. And so anyway, if you have any thoughts, you want to reach out to me, you know, but I will be away for the whole weekend, unplugging and taking care of myself and that kind of thing, and having some refreshing time, you know. But anyway, hope you just, you know, like that rain that we just had in Edmonton. I don't know last time I've heard rain that hard, but let whatever is on you wash off of you today. You know, I wrote a couple days ago, and I'll leave you with this little final thought that I wrote in my journal a couple days ago. I said, you know, some days I'm an eagle, and I'm soaring high on the winds of adversity, letting it take me higher. And then other days, I'm like this baby eagle in a nest, getting uncomfortable with my surroundings, hanging on for dear life, don't want to get pushed out of the net, but not realizing that every time you get in a spot where you're comfortable or you need to grow, it's uncomfortable. That's normal. And my growth, my uncomfortable right now is I'm taking care of me, and I'm making me a priority because my mental health needs it. And I'm okay to say that, like, listen, I've been go for a long time, and I need to realize that I can't keep going. My endurance will definitely be affected. So it's normal to take breaks. And so why do we find it so hard to do so? So anyway, that's my rant. I'm protecting my endurance and my mental health, and I'm hoping to help someone understand and realize that you're not alone. So if you have a story and you want to share with me, I would love to chat with you, and maybe we could do a live, you know, talk to some other people. Maybe you know some people in your corner that will be encouraged by what maybe you are afraid to share. But have courage and strength, because you are stronger than you give yourself credit. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Thanks, Aisha, and for those of you who maybe watch it later, and I'm going to get back to curling my hair. Anyway, you know, I love you all, and take care, and God bless.